it just turned 6:01.
That might be the best we've ever done, time-wise.
I mean, we've been on time a lot.
Yeah, but right at 6:01? Oh, wait, 6:01?
6:01.
Oh, man.
So
I thought you meant 6 on the dot.
When I pressed...
Okay, that's the worst we've ever done.
When I pressed the go live button, it was 6 o'clock on the dot. It was probably 6:000. Wait, no, 6.
It's too many zeros.
0059? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Milliseconds? Oh boy, numbers.
59 is just seconds.
Oh boy. Hi everyone, are we live?
Time explained poorly.
Are we live?
Don't feel bad, I already messed up the build.
What? This laptop, every time I use it, it's like, oh, update, need a restart. I'm not doing it right now.
Well,
Windows, go away.
Let it update instead of just leaving it on the floor.
I did that the last time we did this stream. I let it update. It's so needy. Hi everyone. What's up, Jane, Andy, Geo? Using those Are We Live emojis? What are those called?
Emojis, yeah. Emotes?
Sure. Emotes. Jeannie from Tahini. Hello. All those Biggs mega fans. I see all your names in bright green so I can pop them out of the crowd. Hello, hello, hello. Hello from Canada. Sorry you missed last night's stream. That's okay, Darth Nicholas. No worries. It was a good stream last night. We didn't go too long. We got just weird enough towards the end. And yeah, it was fun. Liked talking with Solid Bricks.
Yeah, he was great. I feel guilty now because we just kept... I wanted to talk to him about Lego stuff. Oh my gosh, Hilo just ran in and sneezed.
Hi, Bubba. Oh, don't
Also,
unplug stuff. Come here.
Looks like we might be...
Oh. Yeah, earlier my phone was saying that our internet was poopy.
Your phone said our internet was poopy?
Or TikTok said network unstable. Like a couple of times.
It did just start raining.
How's... It says error. No one in the chat says...
We do have internet,
that
right?
we're... frozen.
It says frozen?
No, it doesn't. Well, now it's got like a little wheelie thing. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep talking regularly until someone is like, "You're frozen."
I'm running a speed test to see. Download's great.
What's up, Jedi Mike?
Upload speed is fine.
Maybe YouTube is just being weird. Let me know in chat if the stream is weird or slow.
All right, well, according to the speed test I just ran, everything should be fine. So I'm just gonna keep on building.
Huh, tad choppy, but fine for some people. Yeah, it must just be YouTube.
All right. I'm just gonna keep plugging away.
Weird. Looking grainy, but nice and clear now. Come on, YouTube.
Get it together.
We got a nice camera with a nice lens, and we did not do all of that to be grainy. Pippin!
Here comes Pippin. Pippin is... It's raining out, so Pippin gets a little clingy when that happens, so he might actually come up.
Come here, Pippin.
Come on, Pippin. Ugh, you tease.
He just stands in the doorway and then leaves.
It's like, oh, you're doing this again?
He really is a tease. Let me fix this real quick. Real quick, I will read Jill's super chat. Thanks, Jill. She said, I did it. Andor completed. You're welcome. Yay.
She did it. I saw her tweet. Proud of you, Jill.
Proud of you. Everyone in the chat say congrats, Jill.
Now we can stop calling her out on our on our Q&As.
Yeah. I forgot I was going to do that in every single Q&A until she finished it. Now I need to know if you liked it.
You better. How could she not?
She did say that a different F word would have been more suitable for Marva to say in her speech.
She totally said. Oh wait, they even confirmed it. Like,
oh, okay.
Denise Goff said in the actual speech that they played for us. That's what Marva said.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "We know."
We know.
This is weird. I've got to put the landing gear on, but like, it's not. Can you hold that? Just like hold it up. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm putting a lot of faith in you. I just broke something.
Oh!
Oh no, that goes right back on.
You just broke something. Yes, Alex dropped an F-bomb in last night's stream.
Oops.
I think the deal was we're allowed to curse one time and get away with it. Jill said I was called out one time and still waited about 3 weeks.
Okay, this is how that's supposed to be. I guess let it go. It's just...
Does it not?
Well, it's going to. Careful, please. Oh, God.
Doesn't, like, move around.
It... I think I can move it around, but I'm about to build the other side. So I guess we're just doing landing gear today? This is stressing me out.
Someone on, what was it? Twitter, I think, said that we need an After Dark overlay, kind of like the same as the tinfoil hats.
Yeah.
The one that we can just like pull up if we need it. Yes, Chaos Cavity, that was my drag name. I tweeted a clip of that part on excuse me, on my Twitter, so if you want to just see that part.
You should put that on TikTok.
Oh, I did.
Oh, okay.
It's on TikTok, it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook.
That was very funny.
And then we had the giggles after that.
Yeah, we were talking about what like the Chaos Cavity signet could be, like just an angry looking tooth. We can make that one of our emotes.
Yeah, we have a friend who is really good at drawing, and we were saying that maybe he could draw his interpretation of Chaos Cavity. Oh yeah, when I did my Fallen Order stream, those were kind of after dark because
some of them
I can't help but curse when I'm playing a video game, so we kind of had to call those after darks. All right, let's go back up here to Shaq Foo's super chat. When is Mollie going to take Alex on the Disney Wish and buy him the $5,000 Star Wars drink?
Yeah.
Never. I will never do that.
Why not?
I'm not buying you a $5,000 beverage.
What if you loved me?
What if I spent $5,000 on, like, Cobb Vanth and Wrecker statues? Like, really nice ones.
I guess that's fine. That's better.
I think that's better.
You could just bring me, like, a decent cocktail. Give me a little tipsy.
Oh, yeah.
And then be like, here's an Appletini. It was $5,000. And I'll be like, it's the best Appletini I've ever had.
I'll bring you a Star Wars version of a Gold Rush and tell you it's the $5,000 drink. Although that wouldn't make sense because we have the same bank account. You'd be like...
You liar. But I wouldn't know until the next morning.
Okay, here's the deal. I'll spend I can't do math. I'll spend a little over $4,000, but not quite $5,000 on clothes. And then I'll get you a drink, and then I'll tell you it's the $5,000 drink.
This drink is from Forever 21?
Yeah.
That's where you're going to spend $5,000.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah, the Disney Wish, that's the cruise ship? The new cruise ship?
I know it's just a cruise thing, but I don't know much about it.
I know it's...
We've never been on a cruise.
Fairly new. Yeah, we've never done a cruise.
Yeah, apparently, like, that drink also comes with, like, a ticket to go to Skywalker Ranch's winery or something.
What?
Oh, I shouldn't have told you that.
I didn't know that. I want to go there. Man. That's cool.
Whoa. I don't think I've ever seen a piece like this before. This is like a 2/3 size block.
A what?
Like, most Lego pieces are either flat or this tall, and that one is like 2/3. I've never seen one usually you just have to stack 2 flat pieces. Just saying. Never seen that before.
Fun new explorations of Lego pieces. Oh yeah, okay. They promise you a Skywalker Ranch tour, but it's really a tour of the winery. Honestly, I'd take it still. Because the more wine I had at the winery, the more confident I would be in sneaking into the actual Skywalker Ranch. You didn't know that about me. If I have wine, I turn into a ninja. So.
It's like Leslie Knope. Like, what are you doing? Cartwheels, am I not doing them?
Am I not doing them? Jill, let's go on a cruise. Honestly, like, I've heard nothing but great things about just Disney cruises in general. Star Wars cruise, I could take it or leave it. Like, same as the Halcyon. Like, our whole lives revolve around Star Wars, so, like, just a general Disney cruise I think would be fun. But any cruise I think would be fun. Although I might get paranoid that, like, there would be a zombie outbreak on the ship and...
That's what you'd be, like, not capsizing or...
Nah. Either a zombie outbreak or, like, more realistically, a pandemic outbreak on a cruise ship, which has happened.
Sure. And
it's terrifying. Because then it's like anything goes. It's like a wasteland with no military. Scary stuff. Anyways. I made that such a downer of a story. Okay, Chazertron 5000 says, I have the zombie fear too. See? It's a thing.
Depends on the type of zombie. Walking Dead zombie, not that scary. Like, I've seen enough movies. I could take one.
You're not allowed to, like, bring your own booze on a cruise. Right?
No. Just that little rhyme.
Gotcha. Booze cruise. See, that I would have a problem with. And now, actually, that I think about it, I feel like I remember seeing a TikTok where you can bring wine on a cruise if it's sealed, and they were emptying out wine and pouring liquor in wine bottles and then resealing them. I am not a good influence. Don't do that, anyone.
That was right. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Power Rangers Explained has the next super chat. Follow up from last night. You guys had someone use a Lego Stormtrooper as part of their drawing during Kenobi when the IE got cut in half.
Yeah.
The IE.
That's what I was thinking of. I think it was the third. Yeah. it was the third episode of Kenobi. We had Pink Milk on, and it was either Brian or Mark, and they took a Lego Stormtrooper and split it apart and then like stuck it on it. They made like a little drawing.
That's right.
With the laser gate, and then just like put a Lego Stormtrooper on it.
That's right. I remembered something about a Lego piece being involved, but okay.
But that was our first full-on Lego creation as a visual aid, which I love that he made the smoke, and it's like I feel like he just threw that together like it was nothing. That would have taken me all day.
It's literally the master builder thing from the Lego movie. They can just
I want to make it clear,
do anything.
It looked awesome. I don't feel like it didn't look thrown together, but I feel like that's just how he is, where he's just like, oh, I gotta do this real quick.
Yeah.
Masterpiece.
I mean, we spend a lot of time building Lego, but if you spent even more time, like if this channel were all about Lego, I feel like eventually you'd be able to start seeing things in your mind in Lego form and be able to visualize, okay, which bricks would I need where.
Yeah, I think so too. It's just, I was impressed.
Do you know how many different bricks there are?
I have no clue. I just saw a new one today. So no.
There's probably a lot.
I am on like the Lego subreddit, and it's interesting seeing them talk about building techniques and quote unquote legal moves. Like there are things that you can technically do to make a Lego brick connect to something else, but they're not considered correct or like stable enough, I guess, for official builders to respect it. Like it's interesting.
Oh, what's up, Solid Brick Studios?
Hey.
In the chat. He said, thanks, guys.
It was a blast having you on. I was saying earlier that I kept wanting to divert the conversation to Lego, and then I was like, but we're here to talk about Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's here to watch us talk about Bad Batch, but I kept having Lego questions. So it was great having you on.
If he ever does any live streams, you can be a guest on his live stream, and you can talk all about Lego. Or podcast or whatever.
He's done live builds before, and I've popped in and had them on as background noise, just like he watches us as background noise.
We love a good background noise. Darth Nicholas has the next super chat, a generous super chat. Thank you, Darth Nicholas. I absolutely loved the Bad Batch mid-season two-parter. If this question hasn't been asked already, do you think the defense recruitment bill will also apply to clone commandos and enable their decommission? Did I cut that off? Because I moved it. I hate this trackpad thing. Okay. Let me read that again. I absolutely loved the Bad Batch mid-season two-parter. If this question hasn't already been asked, do you think the defense recruitment bill will also apply to clone commandos and enable their decommission the way it does regs? Well, first of all, we will love to keep talking Bad Batch stuff, so if you have questions about Bad Batch, that's what we're here for. In fact, once Mando starts, our Thursday streams will be Bad Batch streams, but also
I was actually
Lego.
thinking about that today, that since I don't know, we need to discuss because we could do Thursday Bad Batch and move this to Tuesday, because I don't think I'm going to be playing Fallen Order. I had it timed out to finish that right before Survivor, and now Survivor is delayed, so we'll eventually
have to play Survivor on one day.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, we could do Lego Tuesday. I don't know. We'll throw it around.
We'll talk. We'll have an official Star Wars Explained meeting about it.
Yeah.
And I need you to be on time.
Our initial plan was to just combine the Lego stream with Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Keep building this and talking Bad Batch, and then the after show stream we'd obviously do one for Mando. Anyway,
Oh, real quick, Jane says, as of 2019, there are 3,764 types of Lego bricks.
Wow.
That is impressive. Okay, back to the question. Defense recruitment bill. Will it also apply to clone commandos and enable their decommission the way it does regs?
I would assume so, but they're also using the clone commandos as, like, trainers, so maybe not. My guess is that they would mean all clones, but it's possible that they're gonna hold on to the commandos or something.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the Empire's gonna find a way around their own rules for whatever they want to do.
Oh, for sure.
So, I don't know. I think...
Well, we do know that there are some clones that remain stormtroopers. They stay with the Empire all the way to, like, the time of A New Hope. There's a story about Han and Chewie right after A New Hope, and they encounter a Imperial clone. Mm-hmm. So it would make sense that maybe he was a clone commando, because they would be a little more rare. So maybe some clone commandos stick around, and the regs are the ones that are primarily being phased out.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet to say, because they're clone commandos, as long as they're not showing any signs of wanting to desert or, you know, not being loyal to the Empire, if they're like, I wonder if they would be brainwashed, kind of like that Hunter guy was. Not, I don't want to say Hunter because that's Hunter. The shooter in the last episode.
Assassin kind of clone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they would take all the remaining clones and like wipe them, or try to put a new chip in them or something.
I don't know. I think we're gonna find out in the rest of the season.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy.
But I kind of like that, the idea that they're phasing out clones, but they're like, but these specific ones are still useful to us, so not them.
Mm-hmm. We shall see. Let's see. Guiguio has the next super chat. After yesterday's episode and Echo leaving, do you agree the chances of Crosshair rejoining the batch at some point have gone up? Oh yeah, because I guess we're missing a member now, but I mean technically Omega can just be the other member, but
I mean, I don't think Echo's gone for good. This to me,
yeah.
Part of it is just refusing to believe he'll be gone for good, but I'm also like, this is that time Sabine left. She's like, I need to go be with Mandalorians for a while. Mm-hmm. And then 3 episodes later, they were like, Sabine, we need your help. And she was back as a full-time cast member. So I think that's probably what we're looking at. I don't think Echo's going to be gone for too long.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea that people have thrown around of, let's get an Echo Rex episode. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'd like a... What do they call it? Not a bottle episode, but similar to that, where it's just them two on their adventures.
Yeah. I don't know what to call that either. Which basically episode 7 was one as well. Like, we're gonna just take a look over here. Mm-hmm. It's part of the story, but our main characters are not in this.
Yeah, I do think Echo's leaving was kind of sudden, but it made sense to me, and like it seemed like what he really wanted to do, and what he thought was best.
Yeah,
so I
support it. Sudden, like I feel like they've been building to that pretty well. I was surprised. I was not expecting it to happen, but I was like, oh, well, good for him, because he has been kind of at odds with Hunter this whole time.
Matthew Lang in the chat said, Echo left to find his character development.
Aw. I mean, well, I think now that... Hold on, let me put this on. I broke that again. I kind of think that him having not much to do in season 1, I understand it more now.
Yeah.
Because he was frustrated with it. He's like, this is not what I want to be doing. And everyone's like, give Echo something to do. And he's like, yeah, I want to go do the real stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got a tease kind of at the beginning of the episode when he's talking to Omega, and they have like a little chat, and he mentions like, I'm not good with solitude because of where I was, and then he talks about that he joined the Bad Batch because where he thought he needed to be at the time, and now he thinks he needs to be helping Rex.
Yeah, like I do think that in a sense that is where he went to find his character development, because he himself was like, I am stagnating here and I need to go.
Yeah.
Everything okay?
Mm-hmm. The first time I looked at my phone was because Star Wars tweeted about the Young Jedi Adventures cast.
Oh.
Like the full cast.
The characters or the people playing them? I need to know who's playing Nub.
Let me see if that's what that was. Get the full cast list and other details. Okay. Breaking news! Okay.
While you're doing that, I will like the Young Jedi Adventures is something that I kind of keep forgetting is coming out this year because it's not something I'm super excited for. It's Star Wars, so I'm intrigued. I'll check it out, but it's made for preschoolers and young grade schoolers, so obviously not for me. But those two images, I was like, this already looks great for a young kid show, which it's kind of the same way the Clone Wars looks really good for an animated series, and I feel like we take that for granted sometimes.
Yeah.
I remember when we went to watch that Jurassic Park Cretaceous camp thing, which I still want to watch more of that because I thought it was good, but the animation difference, I was like, wow, like we are spoiled with shows like The Bad Batch and the Clone Wars.
I mean, this is set in the High Republic too, which is exciting, so just with that alone, I feel like that might pique your interest a little bit.
Yes, it does.
Okay, let's try to find some names here. Jamal Avery Jr. as Kai Brightstar. Juliet Donenfeld as Liz Soleil. D. Bradley Baker as Nubs.
Whoa, wait. Now I'm wondering if Nubs will speak in basic.
Cute.
Because D. Bradley Baker did the voice of Appa and Momo, I think is the monkey in Avatar.
Yeah.
Like he obviously does a lot of human voices, but he does a lot of creature voices as well. So Nub might not speak basic.
What if he only speaks in cute little sounds like
That's
Grogu?
What I'm saying.
Ooh, they're latching on to everything that makes Grogu work. They're like, we can do this in other places. Okay, anyways. So, D. Bradley Baker as Nubs. Emma Berman as Nash. Jonathan Lepau as RJ83. And... oh, I don't know how to say this. Peter?
Yeah, Peter
Michael as Master Yoda.
Interesting. Oh, God. Why is there so much stuff right there?
Executive produced by James Waugh. I won't read all this, but I'm just looking to see if I recognize any of these other names. There's producers on there that worked on Puppy Dog Pals.
Sure.
Elena of Avalor. Lamont Maggie worked on Black Lightning. I don't know what that is, but might look into some of this. That's cool.
You're about to become a puppy dog pals. Puppy pals?
I was just talking to the lady that colors my hair today, and she was like, if I have to listen to so-and-so song one more time, because she's got a 7-year-old, and I was like, I'm so glad I don't know children's music. But yeah, that show looks adorable.
Looks cute. planning on at least watching the first episode, especially on Star Wars Day. Like, we'll have Visions to watch. We'll watch the Young Jedi Adventures, and we'll see. It could be a surprise thing where I was excited for the Jedi Temple Challenge because I loved the Legends of the Hidden Temple growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But I was surprised by how much I just enjoyed watching that. Granted, that was right when we were like locked indoors.
Oh yeah, in
still.
the heart of the lockdown where we were just going berserk all the time.
But I loved Keller and Beck. I loved the droid, and just watching those kids compete. Like, we would just pick a color, pick a team every week and root for them.
Someone in chat says, please find a youngling to do the reviews for you guys. Yeah, let's just go find a child and be like, hey kid, come here. That would be cute though.
Boy.
If like, so I mean, we do know someone that their kid likes Star Wars, but they're not old enough to do anything on YouTube. Yeah, get them in with candy. That's a good idea. Michael D has the next super chat. Today marks my last real day of paternity leave. I just wanted to say thanks. Your videos and streams have helped me through a lot of late nights. Aw, glad to help.
Yeah.
And hope everything's going well with the family.
Sorry, I have to go back to work.
Yeah. I don't know where you're located, but feels like there's a lot of other parts of the world that get way better maternity, paternity leave than America, so I'm just glad that you got some time off. The Meg Jake has the next super chat. Don't know if you've been asked this a lot, but how are you enjoying The Last of Us show? Love it. We're actually currently doing a live stream show talking about The Last of Us on a different channel. It's over on another channel that I am a co-host of called A Certain Point of View. And we do those on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we like the show a lot.
I love it.
Alex just replayed through The Last of Us game, the first one.
You played a bit of it.
I played a little bit of it, but I mostly watched just to kind of get the basic story. So I'm loving the show so far.
I think it's an excellent adaptation where they're sticking very much to the spirit of the show, but still they're able to tell me something new. They're keeping me on my toes and surprising me a lot of times. The way that they're able to get through the beats of Joel and Ellie's relationship has really impressed me. Like, the game takes a lot longer than
We're buffering again.
9-ish hours to play. But
Yeah.
but I feel like the series is gonna get through the story faster, but in still a satisfying way. So yeah, I'm very happy with it.
Our connection is probably messed up now. I think this is a YouTube thing.
I'm gonna run another speed test.
It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. We haven't heard the last minute or so.
Our speed test looks fine.
We back? Buffering. Come on, YouTube. Don't do this to us. If they're getting like little snapshots of like what we're doing, we should do something like really dramatic, like no. PowerPoint explain. Let's go.
Oh,
Is it back?
I think we're moving again.
Are we back?
I just did another speed test, and it all looks fine, so I guess it's something on YouTube's end for once.
I don't know what you were talking about, but they're asking you to repeat yourself.
I'll just go. I was saying that I think the Last of Us adaptation is very good. I really like it. They're getting through Joel and Ellie's story differently, but in a satisfying way. It's moving faster because while the game took like 20 hours to play, we are going to do this story in like 9.
Yeah.
Probably less than that. But I'm really satisfied with how it's gone so far. And including little things like the pun book and stuff that they didn't have to include, but they did for people who played the game. I was really excited to see that this week.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, very happy with the adaptation.
Andy used the "we are" emotes and then said "back?" ? All right. Let's move on. Yes, we are loving Last of Us. If you want to know more of our thoughts on Last of Us, check out the YouTube channel A Certain Point of View on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. Jerry Arith, thanks for the next super chat. Have you guys done the Savvi's workshop experience at Galaxy's Edge? Built a droid? We have done it all at Galaxy's Edge. At this point, the last time we went was the first time we had built a droid.
Yes.
Which was
We've each built 2 lightsabers.
The droid's more, I think, for kids.
Yeah.
Like, it's cute, and it took up a lot of room in our baggage on the way back, and I kind of wish I hadn't got one, but anyways, like, they're cute and fun to have, but not a necessary thing.
The droids were really fun right when we built them. Like, we all built droids. Everyone in our group went. We built droids, and then we sat outside the workshop. Or no, I think we were waiting to build lightsabers.
Yeah.
And we were just, like, driving them around in Galaxy's Edge.
We were having our own little, like...
That was fun.
Droid wars with our droids.
So we really enjoyed that. But we haven't really used them since we got home. It's very much for kids. The experience is not nearly as immersive as the lightsabers are. I've been in that room 4 times now, and I think I've teared up every time.
Well,
it's so good.
The lightsabers that you build there are really clunky compared to other lightsabers that you can spend a lot of money on that look really good and screen accurate. Like, they're cool, but the hilts are huge and like really heavy. But it is cool to be able to change out the crystals and change the color of the blades and stuff. So it just depends on how badly you want to build a lightsaber, and then if you want multiple ones, if you want to spend the money on all the different designs, which Jane just said they changed out all the lightsaber pieces.
Oh, really? Oh my god, no.
Which is fun.
So I totally agree. The hilts they're thick. They're thicker than you would think they should be, but you built it. And the experience is well worth it. Like I said, we have 4 of them. We've each built 2. So I've always had fun doing it. If I go to Disneyland again, even if I don't build one, but a friend is, I will go and watch them build it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that the building them is great. We have a couple of the like replica ones that you can buy. Like, I have someone was very kind and sent me Cal Kestis's one when it went live, and they sent you the Rey one. So like those look great. They are just thicker.
Yeah, they're big.
The Darksaber actually, like, this one is from Galaxy's Edge.
The Darksaber is cool because it's thinner.
Yeah, this one feels about right. but the other ones are pretty thick.
Yeah. Thick with 2 C's. All right. We got some catching up to do here. Darth Nicholas has another super chat here. Do you predict Scorch will go AWOL or remain loyal to the Empire in Bad Batch Season 2? Also, do you think he will play a larger part or a larger role than he did in Season 1 or just serve as a background menace again? I think another background menace. He might have some lines, but I don't see him coming in.
We know he's in the trailer. But we haven't seen him yet, so we're already halfway through the season, so I'm not expecting them to do a whole lot of... I need your hands again. I'm not expecting him to do a whole lot of stuff this season. Just... Oh boy.
What do you want me to do?
You're gonna have to support the whole thing. I'm gonna give you all its weight.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Scorch is gonna be a major antagonist if he hasn't been in the first half of the season.
Nah. I also don't think he'll go AWOL.
Okay, you can.
Yeah. But you never know.
It kind of goes along with the question earlier of will the clone commandos stick around, and I do kind of like that idea that they would remain loyal for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I want to see Scorch, but I'm more curious where Crosshair is at this point, and Cody.
Right. Andrew Kyle has the next super chat here. Do you think we should be worried about Echo since he isn't in Rebels? I mean, I hate to say it, but yeah.
I'm worried about all of them.
I am too.
None of them are in Rebels, except for Rex and Gregor, but we haven't seen him in a season.
Sometimes I wonder if Echo has too much PTSD to want to settle down and live a normal life.
Yeah, but also I think that it's kind of the Kanan and Ezra question, or Ahsoka, that anytime they introduce a new character, everyone's like, wait, but they're not in this story, so they must be dead. And then Ahsoka's still alive, Ezra's still alive. They're always going to be able to find a way to write a character surviving if they want to, or if the story calls for it, they will perish. And I am worried about each and every clone, not just Echo. Echo's been through so much though, so I hope he gets a happy ending.
Yeah, same. Instant Messenger Sama has the next super chat. The Ahsoka series should drop on March 12th. I don't see that happening. Yet there is no trailer to be found. I'm still hoping for a Luke series to kick off. Well, seeing as Mandalorian Season 3 is starting March 1st, I highly doubt Ahsoka is going to start. Maybe you meant a different month. Because Ahsoka is probably not happening until later this year.
Yeah, I would guess July. Late June, early July is my guess. And that's based off of...
I mean, I was guessing early to mid-fall. But then again, that leaves like the entire summer kind of open.
Well, we need space for Skeleton Crew 2, which we know it's going to start in 2023. That doesn't mean it will end in 2023. It could be a Book of Boba Fett situation where it's like we really snuck it in under the wire.
Oh, yeah.
The last week of December.
Yeah. But I don't appreciate that. Coming 2020, when was that? 2021?
Yes.
And it was the freaking last day of the year. That doesn't count, Disney. You gotta give me a closer heads up than 2021 if you're gonna drop it on December 31st.
So I think Skeleton Crew will probably be a late year, like start in November series, and I'm gonna guess that Ahsoka's July, just based off of the way that this or 2022 went. I think there were, I forget, I did the math for the video I did about everything coming in 2023, and I was like, okay, on average, in between the Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi, there were X weeks, and in between Kenobi and Andor, there were this many weeks. So I just averaged that out, and I figured July for Ahsoka.
Ooh, Podcast of the Wills says that Funko pre-orders for Ahsoka say fall, and they usually release a few months after, so summer seems like the best prediction.
I like the sleuthing, the merch. Yeah.
Always go to the merch and the toy releases for the real info.
Follow the money. Follow the merch.
Although, well, I mean, pre-orders are one thing. People still are waiting on their Book of Boba Fett pre-orders to show up. Like, that was I want to curse so bad. That was just a disaster. And like, we still don't have, I was listening to Force Center today and they were talking about, we still don't have a lot of Rise of Skywalker figure. Like, what happened? Who dropped the ball?
Yeah, how are we not getting a Ben Solo action figure at any point? Like, they said the Luke and Leia in their training gear. Oh, that'd be a great figure.
And I get that COVID happened and that messed a lot of stuff up. But like, when was that? 2019? 2018? 2019 when we got Rise. They should have had that stuff ready to go. Come on. You want us to spend money, you gotta make it. And send it to us. On time.
That's when I'm happy that I'm not really much of a collector. Ugh. And what I do collect is obscure characters that I never expect them to announce. Like, hey, we're gonna do another Biggs Darklighter action figure. Then it's just a fun surprise.
Next up is a super chat from Lightspeed Bear. I rewatched Entombed with my dad earlier, and it's easily one of my favorite episodes of Star Wars animation. It might not connect to the overall story much, but I loved it. Great music, tone, visuals, and just plain fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Which one was that?
The Indiana Jones style one.
Oh, yeah. With the big mech thing? Yes. That one was really cool. I only know like the episode numbers for the most part. I don't bother with the names, but I did really like that one. It was different. You're right. The music was great. The Kiner brothers killed it.
All the indie stuff, of course, I loved that.
More mechs in Star Wars. Weird ancient ones too. Ben Potter has the next one. I've liked the season of The Bad Batch, but the story seems a bit scattered. Do you think the second half will be more cohesive? Where are we at? Oh, I guess we're mid-season now. Yeah. So we have, seeing as we have a whole second half of the season, I think we gotta learn what Crosshair is up to at some point soon. So I think it'll start to really come together in... How many episodes are left?
8.
Hopefully the next 3 to 4 episodes, we will really see a path to the end or something similar.
I think that we're probably gonna... I think it's gonna be about the same. The way the first half of the season was.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll still have
and I agree. I think that the season has been more scattered than the first season was.
Yeah.
But part of me thinks that's kind of the point. Kind of the same way Echo is just frustrated that he's like, we're not doing what we should be doing. Like, I kind of wonder if they're going on these treasure hunts and they're going riot racing and it's super fun. But Echo's like, what are we doing? Like, well, I kind of think he's the audience in that situation.
It makes sense, though, right? Because, like, they still don't know what their purpose is, what they're meant to do now. They're suffering just as much as the regs who are worried about being decommissioned. Like, the Bad Batch just keeps taking on these random missions because they, even though they're not saying it like they did when their chips went off, they follow orders. That's what they're doing still.
Yeah, they want to be soldiers.
Yeah.
That's all they know.
So I think they're enjoying their freedoms, but they keep, much like so many other characters in Star Wars, similar to Boba Fett, like you fall into these patterns that you're just used to doing, and it's like, I know how to do this, I'm good at it, I'll just go back to that instead of doing what you need to do to actually change.
Yeah, and the whole series is about change and changing from the Republic to the Empire, and changing from soldiers to just who are we? I don't know what we're changing to yet, but I think that the struggle to change is part of the story.
Yeah, and I think they will begin to realize that as we move into the second half of the show. Went a little tangent there.
Did you? There was a clip from Father and Son Galaxy today that they put out, and Keith was about to go on like a rant about Crosshair, and
he said, "Let me preach."
He like was getting all worked up, and in the middle of talking, like threw back a glass of water, and he was like, "I need a glass of water before I preach." And I was like, "Keith, you treasure."
An adult would be like sipping whiskey. Like, hold on. Hold my beer. Yeah, that's hilarious. Another super chat from Darth Nicholas. Thanks so much. I loved seeing Rampart get his butt handed to him. Me too. By the shock troopers. Were those shock troopers?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the red and white guys. Making the arrest intensely personal in the process. I'm so glad to know they will stick around for a few more years, as seen in the Vader comics. Yeah, I think the shock troopers are they're like the frat boys of the troopers. They're having way too much fun doing their jobs.
They've always been like closer to Palpatine, and they've always been on Coruscant, so I think that they're gonna feel an extra sense of loyalty despite everything that they're like watching what's happening to them. They were in that room like, oh wow, I guess a bunch of clones did blow up Camino. What a shame. Let's go arrest that guy.
They were like, bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh, what?
Bruh.
Did you see that? Yo.
Gotta go body Rampart now.
That's messed up. That's not on us though, right?
Yeah. I saw this one in chat and I like this one. Donut Valley, thanks for the super chat. Recently found this channel and I'm a Star Wars fan, although not a oh my god, I can't talk. I'm sorry. Recently found this channel. I'm a Star Wars fan, although not a hardcore one, but still find your streams enjoyable. So I'm curious, how long have you guys been together? How did you guys meet? And how long ago? Well, we love all fans, hardcore or not, and I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad you're... Thanks for hanging out.
Having a good time. If you're still here, I'm sorry, we get real behind on super chats in these streams, so hopefully you're still here. Okay. How long have we been together? How do we meet? And how long ago?
Been together since 2007. So do that math real quick. Was that 16 years?
No, don't.
15 years?
I'm not doing math.
I think it was like late 2007.
Yeah. Because we
met
we
at
were
a Halloween party.
Yeah. So yeah, we met at a Halloween party. Officially started dating towards the end of 2007. Got married in 2012. And here we are. Doing the YouTubes. Talking to all you wonderful people in the internet land and building Legos. But yeah.
Was that all the questions?
I think so.
I missed.
Oh, I didn't realize that you were almost done.
With the first bag, yeah. What time is it?
6:55.
Okay. The next bag looks short.
Okay.
But I need to see if I can find this piece that I completely missed.
So hopefully that gives you a better look into our lives, Donut Valley. So thanks for your super chat. We love answering non-Star Wars related questions too, just FYI. Stephanie Z has the next super... Huh?
My phone wouldn't wake up.
I thought you were talking to me.
Wake up, Mollie.
I was like, I'm awake.
Mollie, you're asleep.
Is this all a dream?
We were YouTubers.
Oh no. Stephanie Z, thanks for the next super chat. It seems like people in the Star Wars galaxy know who the Jedi are. Does anyone know about the Sith? Do you think Bail or Mon Mothma have any suspicions that Palpatine is a Sith?
That's a great question.
That is a good question.
According to some stuff in the Clone Wars, I think that the general public at this time is mostly forgotten about the Sith. There's an episode of the Clone Wars when there are some witnesses to Savvi Press, and then the Jedi come to investigate. And they were like, yeah, and then this Jedi came in and was like going nuts. And they were like, what Jedi? And he was like, he had a glowing sword like you. It was red.
Yeah, it was red.
Yeah.
Well.
So I think that for the most part, knowledge of the Sith had faded away from the public's mind, the same way that knowledge of the Jedi very much seems absent from most people in the original trilogy. I found where this goes, so that's good. I just can't get to it.
Yeah, I doubt Bail or Mon Mothma have any suspicions of any Sith being like nearby.
Bail probably would have been told, like, because Ahsoka knows.
Oh yeah, Bail's got all the juicy gossip.
And then he would probably tell Mon Mothma eventually, but they don't seem all that close in Andor yet. So I don't know what she knows then, but...
Oh yeah, there was that line.
Oh, like, and also Bail's in the room in Revenge of the Sith when Yoda's like, oh, is that what you're going to bring up?
No.
Oh, okay. Yoda's like, we need to hide them from the Sith, and Bail's sitting right there. So, yeah, Bail would know.
What if he's like, what the?
Yeah, he just smiled like,
What?
totally. Keep him safe from the Sith.
That Jedi talk. What was I gonna say? Oh, that random line from Bail in one of these Bad Batch episodes made me think of Andor because he said like follow the money, and I immediately thought of Mon Mothma and like her being so worried about the money trail of it all, and I was like, I can't wait for them to be friends.
I know, that's really interesting that we were all expecting.
I just got goosebumps thinking about them two being friends, going to the bar, having some drinks, talking about rebellions.
It's interesting that Bail was not in Andor Season 1, and Mothma seems like she's just kind of afloat on her own. It's interesting that she was not part of the cool crew in the Bad Batch, like with Chuchi and Bail and Pamlo. Like, I wonder if they swapped Pamlo out for Mon Mothma because Tony Gilroy is kind of telling her story right now.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to, like, step on his toes.
It is interesting that Mon Mothma wasn't in, or maybe she was in the Senate, I don't know, during all of that.
Yeah. It's weird that we didn't see her as part of that group. But I think that's because Tony Gilroy is kind of telling her story differently. Like, I wonder if she and Bail are friends at this point. I mean, they're friends, but if they trust each other at that point in Andor.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she was, what was her daughter's name?
Lita.
Maybe she was at one of Lita's ball games. She's like, okay, I gotta like try to bond with this girl.
And Lita's just like still not having it. Mom, you're embarrassing me. Go back to the Senate.
Okay, it wouldn't be like a sports game. It would be like a dramatic reading of a passage of a crappy book.
Well,
but you gotta support like the arts.
Chandrillan scripture, because Lita's all into that.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Hope.
Hey, Hope.
said they can't stay long, but what non-Star Wars thing are you watching, show or movie that you would recommend? Have a good stream. I almost said Peacock. Poker Face.
Oh, yeah. There's a new Poker Face today.
Ow.
Sorry. Great high five, though.
Ow. Ow. It's stinging still.
That's how excited I was. I'm
Oh my
sorry.
God. Yeah, Poker Face is so good. It's on Peacock. It's Ryan Johnson's new show. Highly, highly, highly recommend.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. We didn't start watching it until last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? I think we started it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then we caught up last week.
We were like, let's not blow through this one, and we did.
Well, now the rest of it will be week to week, so it's not letting us. But I really, really dig it.
Oh, wait, no. Wait, is there a new Abbott Elementary, too?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, there is. I saw someone tweet about it. So many things to watch.
Thanks.
Yeah, Poker Face is great. The Last of Us is great.
Oh, yeah, and Last of Us is tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Cancel all our plans. No, don't cancel our plans. We're actually going to see... Sorry, I will get back on track soon, I promise. Also, Maddie said that was a Todd level high five, Alex.
Should have snapped
Alex
afterwards.
loves Scrubs. We got tickets to see the Kim's Convenience. Is it a play?
Yeah.
Yeah, the play of Kim's Convenience, which is what I learned what the show is based off of. I was like, oh, they made a play based off the show, and it's like, no, it's the other way around.
Other way around, but it's by the same creator.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But Appa won't be there.
No Paul Sun-Young Lee, I doubt. I doubt he'll be there in Atlanta.
There will be an Appa, but it won't be the one that I
It's okay.
have
He's busy
gotten.
saving the galaxy as Carson Teva.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm super excited to go see that. One of our friends already went to see it and said it was great. We loved Kim's Convenience. Also, another non-Star Wars show that you could check out.
Yeah, that's on Netflix.
So yeah, I can't wait to see that. I don't know if it's the original cast, Andy. Like,
I don't think
so.
Probably
not.
I think they're probably all local.
Yeah. Hope says, I heard great things about Poker Face. Can't wait to get into it. I'm jazzed about Vox Machina finale tonight. Highly suggest for any animation. Yeah. Jill's been on me to get back into Vox Machina. We watched the first episode, and I was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like we're watching a lot of dramatic live action shows right now, so I just wasn't in the right headspace for an animated show.
I'd watch more of it. I liked the first episode.
Okay, let me get caught up here. We did that one. Jamie Dorr has the next super chat. Hi there. Do you think or remember that there might have been moments in Star Wars that might have R-rated shots? 2003 to 2005 Clone Wars cartoon when Grievous was killing the clone troopers. So, okay, so like, I mean, stuff in Star Wars that might now be considered R-rated.
I would think that if Anakin burning didn't get it, that's the most intense thing I think they've done. I know that...
What do you mean? Like, Vader burning?
Yeah, Anakin, Vader, whoever you want to call him.
Oh, like...
In Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, okay.
I
was thinking about Return of the Jedi when Luke
Oh.
burns. I was like, what?
The funeral pyre.
Yeah.
That was fine.
Secretly, Anakin was like, dang it, fire again?
That's a Robot Chicken joke.
Oh, okay.
He just like falls asleep and then he wakes up and he's on fire. There's one shot that I know was removed from Cartoon Network. It's when Asajj Ventress attacks Kamino and she like uses the Force to pull a clone onto her lightsaber and then she kisses him. It's back on Netflix as far as I know.
She is all about the drama.
Yeah, but I think it aired, and then after the fact, Cartoon Network was like, maybe that was too much.
They were like, am I attracted to Ventures? Wait. Let's take this out.
Yeah, delete this, and I'll save those thoughts for home.
The only thing I can think of is I keep thinking back to the original trilogy because those were the years when the rating system was a lot more forgiving. So, like, I don't know, Luke chopping up Vader's head in the Dagobah cave and it being his head, that could be rated R.
I think a lot of Star Wars movies would have been PG-13.
Yeah.
Now.
I guess it wouldn't be rated R if there was no, like, blood and gore.
Like, Beru and Owen, their skeletons really affected me as a child. I did not like that. But there's nothing that really jumps out at me. Like, Raiders of the Lost Ark has a man's head melting, exploding, and imploding.
Gross.
And it PG. Send it on in. Like, let the kids see it. So there's nothing like that jumps out at me that I'm like, that should have been rated more harshly.
Right. Yeah. There's not too many moments, but a couple people are bringing up the fact that they cut out anytime the clones said hell, which is, come on. Like, if you're gonna take certain books out of schools, but you want everyone to know the Bible, but you're not allowed to say hell in cartoons, what? Come on, Christians, do better.
It's not. I don't think the Cartoon Network Christian militia was trying to
do better. That exactly.
But
the Cartoon
the book
Network
thing, yes.
The Cartoon Network Christian militia. I know you're watching this. Do better.
The book thing, I agree with you on. That is weird, though. Like, they use hell in Star Wars all the time otherwise.
Yeah.
Trivia question. Who was the first person to say hell in Star Wars?
Uncle Owen.
Yep.
Yes. Treat, please. No! I've got a couple of Han Solos in the chat. Ooh. No. He says they'll be held to pay if Luke doesn't do something stupid. Something about crops. Not crops, moisture.
The droids.
Droids, yeah.
I don't remember specifically. He better have those droids in the South Ridge by midday, or they'll be held to pay. Something like that.
I don't want to talk about the South Ridge. Because that was one of my trivia questions that I lost very early on, I might add, in the Schmodown. I would never have lost it as of late, but anyways. Darth Nicholas has the next 2 super chats. As a follow-up to my last super chat, given that the shock troopers were intensely loyal to Palpatine even during the Clone Wars,
what the hell?
And were not initially phased out, I can see them later serving as Phase Zero Dark Troopers. It's crazy to think that Commander Cody was originally going to be one of the antagonists in Rebels and work with Thrawn. So hard to fathom now. So, first of all, the shock trooper thing, that was... Your video today was all about the Phase Zero Trooper
Dark Trooper
idea.
Yeah, I could see the shock troopers being candidates for that as well. Maybe that assassin was one of the shock troopers at one point. I could see that.
Yeah, they seem to be so hardcore, and you're right, like, they work so closely with Palpatine.
I need your help. I have to flip this entire thing over, which seems ill-advised, but...
And then about Commander Cody originally being one of the antagonists in Rebels and working with Thrawn. Yeah, that is hard to think about now. I'm so glad that they did what they did with him in this show.
I would have taken Cody in Rebels. I was one of the people that was like, let's get Cody and Rex like fighting each other because we saw that Rex. It's yeah, you're right. It's so weird to think about it now.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know how the Clone Wars ended. We obviously didn't know anything about the Bad Batch. So we just were like, Ahsoka's back. Oh my gosh, Rex is back too. Where's he been? And like, where's Cody been? And wouldn't it be interesting if Rex had to confront Cody? So I was on board with that.
On paper, yes, it was a great idea to have those two characters like go head to head and for Cody to stay bad. But I'm so glad that
now I'm very glad they didn't.
Yeah.
But at the time, when we didn't know what we know now, I was someone that was kind of hoping to see that.
Willie the dog too in the chat said we could have had an old man fight. You're right, we could have had an old man fight.
Yeah, but like a badass old man fight.
But like
when Adama and Ty threw blows at each other.
Spoilers. Although you
that show's so old.
You're right, and you didn't spoil anything too much, but
Two old men fighting. Yes,
two old men fighting. Love to see it. Love to see also when there are old badass characters fight and they both agree to take a little break at one point.
Yeah.
They're like my knees. I love that. Gio Flores, thanks for the super chat. I remember seeing this one pop up in chat. Speaking to the collector side of Star Wars, how do you think I feel? Haha.
Yeah, right.
You've seen my crazy collection. Yeah. Gio's collection of Star Wars figures is maybe the most impressive I've ever seen.
And not even just Star Wars. Just general nerdity.
Yeah. Like, it is... what's that place called? Rancho
Obi-Wan.
It is Rancho Obi-Wan levels of impressive. So I can imagine you going in to pre-order some figures for example, Book of Boba Fett, and then not getting them for frickin' a year.
That's like whenever new figures are announced and people like struggle to pre-order them. I'm glad that I only feel that on occasion. Like when the Cobb Vanth figures came out, I was like on it, and I was worried that I wouldn't get one, and then it took like 18 months to get here.
Yeah.
But now I have 2 of them, and he's beautiful. Ooh, I know what I can show off. Also, I'm annoyed at myself because I've become the person that does one in the package and one for play. But the Cal Kestis.
No one can see that.
Oh.
Here.
I was trying to get the package out, but yeah, you can do a close up of him. Here, I'll hide my face.
Little Cal.
The Survivor Cal Kestis came yesterday, the vintage collection. But I got one to keep in the package and one to play with.
Are these both the same?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was just saying, that I'm annoyed at myself that I'm that person now.
Cover up your face. There we go. The cardstock on this looks really good. Where'd you get those?
Big Bad Toy Store? I think that's where I got the Cobb Vanth too.
No. Oh. What was that?
Screw fell out of your chair.
Oh no!
Probably because you're constantly adjusting the height.
There's been a couple of screws that have fallen out of these stools at this point. One day we're just gonna fall out of our chairs. Why is everyone saying Biggs in the chat? Oh.
I mean, I don't
Maddie
mind
said,
it.
Alex, would you get a Cobb Vanth or a Biggs tattoo? And everyone says Biggs.
Biggs.
Yeah, it's Biggs.
I have a tattoo plan.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting one in London.
I will probably join you.
Okay, well, you have to I don't know if you can at this point.
You have to make an appointment?
Well, you have to talk to Chase.
Okay.
Because he said when he gets back from Mexico.
Just trotting around the globe, that one.
From vacation. He was going to talk to the people. But, like, I don't know.
I mean,
we'll talk.
I could, if I don't get it there, I could get it at Celebration, or I could get it at home. I don't know. Like, I've also considered getting it for my birthday. But I have it's not strictly Biggs related, but I have a tattoo idea that I do like.
Ooh, Maddie says I could always ask my artist to do one for you when you're here. I mean, it wouldn't be something super big or complicated. Mm-hmm. Like the one I'm getting is pretty small. It's another just black, mostly line tattoo, but I'm not saying where or what it is yet. You'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we're getting tattoos, which hopefully goes fine. I know one of our friends got a tattoo 2 celebrations ago. Wait, no.
No, he got one
in
in
he got
2019, and then he got our friend Zach.
Yeah.
Blunderdome Zach, if you know him. In 2019, he got a porg with a beanie on one of his calves because he wears beanies everywhere he goes, and he loves porgs. So he got a porg with a beanie, and then last year at Celebration, he was talking about, I kind of want to get another porg, but I don't know what hat to put on it this time. And I can't remember who threw out the idea of getting Porgkins.
Yeah.
And so he got a porg with Porkins Rebel helmet.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
It's so friggin' good.
I'm not getting anything that complex for my first tattoo.
I will say the next tattoo I'm getting is going to be the same arm that my current Star Wars tattoo is on, so don't be surprised if you see me in 10 years with a Star Wars sleeve.
That's just going to be your Star Wars arm.
It's funny, though, because, like, in my head, I'm like, I would want to even it out, because now all the tattoos that I have will be on the right side of my body, so I gotta get something on the left at some point. Anyways. Tattoos. I 100% support them and am officially addicted to them.
I just don't like needles, but I'm gonna suck it up and get one.
Do it. They make you feel so cool. Thanura Ravindra? I hope I didn't mess your name up. Sorry if I did. Thank you for the super chat. Do you think Tamira Morrison will play Captain Rex in live action in the Ahsoka show? He hasn't been confirmed so far. Not sure if scenes were filmed. I hope so.
I think he will.
I think he would absolutely be down to play Rex. And it makes so much sense, right?
I think he will, and I'm already dreading having to explain to my parents how, no, that's not Boba Fett. That's a clone. And remember that all the clone troopers were from Jango Fett. And Boba Fett himself was like, it's going to be a conversation trying to get them to grasp that.
Jill, we should get matching tattoos for your bachelorette party. That's probably a terrible idea, but we should still get matching tattoos. Did I show you the cute little ghost tattoo that I saw someone post on Instagram that was like, this is a cute matching tattoo idea?
Yes.
Those cute little ghosts.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So cute. Oh yeah, and the tattoo that you want to get, I also want to get. So I'll get that on... Well, no, if this is my Star Wars arm, I have to get it on.
That's my tattoo. You can have it too, I guess.
Well, matching
And if I
tattoos.
like it, I have an idea for a second one, but...
Ooh, okay. I gotta go through these so I can get to Jane's super chat about tattoos. Francisco 501st. Thanks for the next super chat. Was it just me, or was Tech sharpening his pod racing skills by maneuvering the escape pod from Rampart's VZ-114 Star Destroyer?
I had that same thought. It was not just you.
I mean, the fact that he got out of it and was like, oh, I was off by so-and-so meters. I could have
done better.
I could have done better. Yeah, he's got the bug. He's got, like, the perfectionist racing bug at this point, I think.
You want me to open a new bag, or... Oh, it's 7:20? No, I shouldn't.
Yeah, we gotta cook and eat, and I gotta go record at 9.
Yeah. Let me see if I need to flip this back or not. I think I do. Yep.
You know what I need to do? I need to build my other Spice Girl
Yep.
things.
Do you want to do that? I don't remember where I put them because you neglected your Spice Girls for so long. They're probably in my closet.
I'll do it. If you want to swap spots with me.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. Mollie needs a Grogu tattoo for sure. I've thought about it, but honestly, like, I like realistic Grogu. The cutesy, like, animated version or drawing version, I don't love. And I don't think I would trust a realistic tattoo of Grogu to look exactly how I would want it to look, if that makes sense. Like, I've seen some amazing realistic looking tattoos. That's just not really what I would want as a tattoo, if that makes sense. But if I saw a cute enough little, like, stylized Grogu tattoo, I would probably get it.
I'm not sure where the Spice Girl box is.
Oh no. It's gotta be in there somewhere. Did we put it in these?
I don't remember. Look for it later.
Well, I'm putting you on question duty. Oh, there's more dry erase markers in there.
Jared Pearden, thank you for the next super chat. Hey guys, I was wondering if y'all ever get tired of Star Wars and talking about it. If so, what other franchises do you gravitate towards? Mollie's digging through the trash right now.
Well,
Check your closet. I may have put them in there. In your office.
in my office?
Yes.
I don't think it's in there.
I think I might have put them in there somewhere. Just look. Yeah, sometimes. I don't really ever get tired of reading Star Wars or watching new stuff. I do try to make myself take breaks from it because being in it all the time, it can be a lot, but I don't think there's ever been a time where I just didn't want to watch the new thing. But we try to actively take breaks. You were in there for 2 seconds and she comes out shaking her head.
Look,
Like
there's not that much stuff in there.
I'm trying to remember where I could have put it. If you want to keep digging around in my closet, you can.
It's okay. I just...
Other franchises, a lot of it's just kind of what's on in the moment. So like Last of Us right now, or Poker Face, or sitcoms like Abbott Elementary,
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers.
I will navigate towards... I mean, we both go through rewatches of shows. So we'll rewatch Parks and Rec. Right now I'm going through a rewatch of Buffy, which I'm loving so much. I didn't realize how much I needed another Buffy rewatch. We just rewatched Party Down because the new season of Party Down starts out soon.
Oh, that starts real soon.
Yeah. Oh, I'm like a big documentary person too. So like if I see a random true crime doc, or last night I watched the Pamela Anderson documentary on Netflix and it was really good. those are kind of my jams.
Yeah, we just try to take breaks, but I don't know. I don't ever get super tired of Star Wars. I'll come back to me after March.
I won't say I get tired of it. I get burnt out on it.
Right.
Like if it's...
I get burnt out more on making videos than watching Star Wars, which I guess falls under the... Yeah. Do you get tired of talking about it? But...
Talking about it is one thing, yeah, because it's always fun to critique, but the constant content making and the pressure to make content can be hard, especially when they have 2 shows going at the same time. Why? Just saying. That's not nice.
Well, Darth Nicholas has the next super chat. Thanks, Nicholas. I just realized the Book of Boba Fett finale was released a year ago today. Oh. 1 year later, how do you feel about the series? Have your initial thoughts changed?
I like the series. Before the series started, I was kind of like, meh, I don't know that I'm gonna like this or care about it, because I wasn't not a huge Boba Fett fan, but just where they took the character of Boba Fett, I was really surprised, and I really enjoyed the direction that they went with, and it was so unexpected to have him like join the Tusken Raiders and like go through all of his like family trauma and kind of come out of it healed in a way. Do I need to switch back chairs?
No, you were answering.
Okay.
And I was also looking because Chazatron 5000 sent in a super chat, but no message, so I was looking to see if they left one. So Chazatron, thank you so much for the super chat. If you had a message, I'm keeping an eye out for it. Matthew Lang also said that the fan discourse outside of this channel, thank you, can give a burnt out feeling. Yeah,
it can.
We don't really dive into the fan discourse as much anymore. Like, because that's where the burnout comes, yeah. I think.
I mean, there's a couple of instances where I feel the need to just put my stance out there on something, but that's different than really getting involved in the discourse.
Yeah.
Because once you do that, ooh, it's messy. Mm-hmm. They'll come after you.
Well, it's just like being in, not even jumping in, but sometimes being on Twitter and reading stuff is just like, okay, like here's what dumb thing people are yelling about today.
It just makes me sad for those people that they can't enjoy things for what they are, or they can't leave stuff alone.
Yeah,
that
they can't
hate.
take that step back.
Yeah, they can't take the step back. Take the step back and say, I don't enjoy this franchise anymore. I'm gonna go do something else and talk about something else, maybe that I do like. But that's the internet. Like, YouTube thrives on negativity, and the videos about what people dislike are more popular than the videos about what they do like, and that's messed up. Anyways, I'm done.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna build off of that and just be like, if I consider myself a Star Wars almost completionist. I think I'm like 95% of canon I've read or watched or experienced. But if I didn't have this channel, I would not do that. There are definitely like some comic series where I would like read the first issue and be like, probably not. But that's why, like, when I cover them, I want to look for the value and not, I don't want to whine about like, oh, it's a waste of my time. Like, cause it's not. Just
yeah.
I mean, the people who actively will experience something because they want to be mad about it. That's exhausting.
You can complain all you want about the mod squad in the Book of Boba Fett, but you gotta try to break it down. What's the message they're trying to send? For me, I mean, I wasn't sure how I felt about the mod squad, but what I did really enjoy was just seeing a different side of the youth of Tatooine. Like, Tatooine is a city and there are lots of people living there, and I loved getting to see other young kids and what they were doing on Tatooine and how it was so different than what Luke experienced.
Way to bring it back to Book of Boba Fett too. I loved that when the mods happened. Like, I had no problem with the mods themselves. I didn't like the scooters or the gang when it happened. And then
the scooter chase was a little cringe.
But then for our after show, we happened to have our friend Lucky Yates on, who knew what the mods were. Like, I didn't know that the mods were based off of a real world thing called mods.
Yeah.
And so he was like, this was so cool. And he like dove into what it was and explained it to me. And I was like, cool. Like, it's neat to see your passion. You just gave me more appreciation for it. Yeah, the scooter chase is slow.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, like, that episode was great. And then the last, like, 5 minutes had a scooter chase that people were like, that's all they focused on. And I was like, but the Rancor scene.
What did I just say? They only want to focus on what they didn't like and not talk about what they did like. But one last thing before we move on. The Mod Squad, listen, George Lucas probably loved that. Not the fact that they didn't go very fast. He would not have liked that.
Yeah.
He would have wanted them to go much faster. But that's like right up George Lucas's alley. Anyways.
Next up, we got Josh Thompson. Thank you so much, Josh. Talking about where Mon is. Maybe she's away for the birth of Lita, who was born in 18 BBY around the time of the season of the Bad Batch. Boom!
That's a better theory than mine.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. I didn't do the math for the years. Shocking.
But that's perfect, Josh. That, like, I love that. That's a video. That's a short.
Yeah.
Where was Mon Mothma?
She was having a baby.
Having a baby. That's great, Josh. I really like that.
Ooba. One of those little maternity droids.
I don't know if I'm going to do a short on that, but if I do, I will credit you with that because that's really smart. Susanna French has the next one. Thank you, Susanna. What's the story behind the video clip that plays under your super chats? Do you know? Oh, do you have that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's in your office. Oh, is it?
On my desk.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, it's a standing desk now, which is higher than normal.
Which means no animals can get up. Well, okay, Pippin can jump up there, but Hilo can't get up there and knock stuff down.
Oh yeah, I've got the Din brickhead over there. So Mollie and I were doing a Lego stream, and we were building the Din and Grogu brickheads. And I built Din, and Mollie built Grogu. Mollie, just in case you are unaware, Mollie adores Grogu with all her heart. And then when she finished Grogu, wanted to show it off to the camera and immediately dropped it. And I just think it's the funniest thing.
It was so traumatizing. No, it wasn't really, but
I forgot that happens. The little video clip is in there, but yeah, that's what that was.
I dropped him, and then everyone still gives me crap for dropping a baby.
I think most people forgot about it until right now. Thanks, Susanna.
Well, every time we get a super chat, it pops up on screen.
Okay, so I had forgotten.
No one can forget about it. But
well, I was trying to desensitize people to it. If they see it a lot, then they're not going to make fun of you. Maybe. I don't know. Ken Plume. Hey, Ken. Thanks for the next super chat. Sent in $2 for that Cobb wearing Biggs's helmet tattoo. That'd be a good one.
A joint Cobb Biggs tattoo. What's their couple name? Big Cobb, Biggs
Dark
Cobb.
Vanth.
Ooh, Dark Vanth.
That sounds pretty cool.
Does sound cool.
Vanth lighter. Cobb lighter. Biggs Vanth,
Dark
Biggs Cobb.
Cobb. Nah.
Cobbigs.
Cabiggs.
Cabiggs.
That would be... I don't think he would get a tattoo like that, but maybe.
Gargantuan Buttocks has the next super chat. Thank you. Is Bad Batch Season 2 better than Season 1? They weren't a huge fan of Season 1. if you didn't like season 1, season 2 is not going to change your mind. I don't think.
Probably not. It depends on how much of a clone fan you are. If you grew up watching Clone Wars and you love the clones, I would say those people are going to like season 2 because we're getting a lot of just clone content in general.
Maddie Gunner said the couple name should be Big Cobb.
Big Cobb.
I like that. And then Gargantuan Buttocks sent in a super chat just to say, sending a super chat to see Mollie drop Grogu.
Oh.
Thank you.
I was like, I'm not holding one currently.
I think at the end of season 2, maybe I'll include just like a must-watch list of episodes because I'm liking the Bad Batch. I preferred season 1 over season 2 so far. I think that I could just throughout the season, I got the story and where it was all headed better. Season 1 or season 2 has had some really amazing episodes. But I wonder if they're like season 2 has better episodes, but I feel like season 1 was more consistent. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Jane Dalton, we got to her tattoo question that you were excited about. Asks, what kind of non-Star Wars tattoo would either of you get?
Well, I'm probably gonna get a Buffy tattoo.
Sure.
I want to get a stake along the end of my arm. I guess I'll have to do it on this arm. I would get an Archimedes tattoo from Sword in the Stone.
I'm trying to think. I haven't thought about it really, because I don't have a tattoo yet. But
once you get one, it's like the idea of getting another one and what it's going to be is much, much easier.
I mean, I'm jumping to Indiana Jones or to Lord of the Rings or Battlestar.
I've seen a bunch of cool small Lord of the Rings tattoos.
Something in Elvish would be nice.
Yeah. I've seen what's the name of the sword that's broken?
Anduril or Narsil.
Yeah. I've seen some cool tattoos of that one that's like broken up.
That's cool.
And like there's flowers around it and stuff.
So I don't think I want anything that's overly detailed. I kind of like simplicity. Like, I really like your Death Star tattoo, and my idea is along those lines. So I'd need to find something kind of simplistic in Indiana Jones or Lord of the Rings, and Elvish works.
Yeah. Or Arbesh. That's Star Wars.
It's non-Star Wars,
like,
Molly.
Any like
Dwarvish runes I've always liked.
Any like make-believe language would be cool, I think.
Okay. I really like... Do I have those books in here? I don't. They're out there. I really like the Doors of Durin. I might do... Something with that would be neat. I don't know if I'd get the whole door, but even just like the star in the middle or the hammer and the anvil.
Yeah.
Something specific to Lord of the Rings that you wouldn't necessarily
That sounds like
know.
a full back piece to me.
Yeah. Christopher Guerrero has the next super chat. Thank you, Christopher. How long does it take you to read any Star Wars book? I guess it depends on the book, really.
It takes me a long time, but I wouldn't call myself a slow reader, but I am easily distracted.
You fall asleep.
Yeah.
Light of the Jedi I finished, and Rising Storm. I just remember blowing through those because, the more it engages you, the more you stick with it and just want to read it really fast. And I remember I read the first Thrawn book in a day, which I impressed myself with that, but I loved it so much. Shadow of the Sith was just long, so that one took a little while. Same with the latest Thrawn book. That one was long. So it all depends, but I would say on average 3 days. Trying to like space it out a little bit. if I just sit down and read, I can do it in a day. I don't think I'm a very fast reader, but
yeah. I mean, there have been some books that I have read in like a couple days. I think Light of the Jedi I read in 2 days because I just like sat and did nothing else but read that, which I know not everybody has the luxury of doing, but if you can do it, do it.
yeah. I generally try to space things out over, like, I'll read 20%. I have the Kindle app, and so it'll tell me you're 20% of the way through the book, and I'll be like, that's good for now.
Yeah.
But if a book is really grabbing me, then I will stick with it, and I'll be like, nope, I'm gonna keep going until I'm asleep.
Yeah. I have to pee.
Okay.
BRB. We need to rapid fire the rest of these.
I know you gotta start. If you want to start cooking, I can stay here. I know you have another show to do. Ice, thanks for the next super chat. Some more Bad Batch thoughts. Darth Sidious, voiced by Ian McDiarmid, was fantastic as always. Can't argue with that. That voice and entrance gave me chills. Yeah, if you don't listen to the Force Center podcast, they're excellent. I really liked their discussion about the latest episode and the theatricality of it all, and that we finally got to see, what does it look like that this evil, cloaked, dark wizard that looks like he's gonna feed you a poisoned apple is also the president of the galaxy. And the fact that, like, alarms go off, and it's very much like, hey, everyone pay attention to me. And yeah, his performance and delivery, as always, was just fantastic. I really liked what Ken from Force Center said about how Ian McDiarmid knows when to, like, really draw a word out and when to lower his voice and raise it. And I mean, he's been with this character for 40 years, so it's so fun to see him still playing Palpatine as just perfectly evil all the time. But he was fantastic. Austin, thank you so much for the next super chat. Y'all should build Lego Rivendell on stream. We might. I want it. It's a lot. It's expensive, $500, but it does look great, and I do love Lord of the Rings. The Lego Rivendell set.
Yeah, that set does look really cool. $500.
That's what we say about every single one. This one was like $600, and I was like, I don't know. And then one night you were like, it's Lego weekend or whatever, and I was like,
oh yeah, you got like double points for.
Oh yeah,
Lego.
It wasn't even on sale. I just got extra points. I'm such a sucker.
In my mind, like, if it's a Star Wars set, we build it on these streams. So like.
Oh yeah, it's content.
It feels more appropriate. But like the Lord of the Rings one, I'm like, it's great and it's right up our alley, but would we do a stream for it?
Austin is saying that we should. I don't know, maybe. We did the haunted house on stream before.
That was for October. Though.
I know. This could be for October too. Or it should be for September, because that's when Frodo wakes up in Rivendell. Or is it October?
In September?
I think it's September.
When does that...
Gandalf tells him the date when he wakes up.
When does that Rohirrim
Oh, it is October, isn't it?
Come out?
Not for a while. I'm waiting for someone in chat to tell me what the right date is. I'm so out of practice on my IG, my Inner Geekdom trivia. I sent in another super chat building off of Palpatine. The way he manipulated the unexpected situation to his advantage was masterful. That's classic Palpatine, and it's great to see it in this era. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's why Palpatine is so scary, because obviously, like, not only is he a really strong Sith.
October 24th, thank you.
He is really good at what he does, which is like manipulating everyone and everything around him to be what he wants it to be. And he's got the whole Senate under his thumb, believing that he is doing good things. And so he can kind of twist any truth into being what he wants it to be.
I wonder if they believe he's doing good things, or like kind of what you said yesterday. And Joseph said something very similar, that Palpatine comes out and says, like, this is a problem and it's Rampart's fault, there, I solved it for you. That wasn't that easy. And all the senators can be like, that was easy.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Everyone just wants an answer.
Yeah.
A simple answer to something.
They want someone to blame.
Yeah.
Rampart? Okay, great. Rampart and the clones? Cool, whatever.
That's why, I don't know, that's like why like the whole fake news thing is so rampant on the internet right now, because people don't like something, it's because of this, because I saw it on Facebook. Here you go. Here's the article. I didn't read it, but here you go. And
it made me think of all things, that Parks and Recreation episode about fluoride and how Leslie was
Dazzle.
like, yeah, she's like, I have the truth on my side. What do they have? Like fear mongering? And she's like, oh God, I'm going to lose. Like that's, the truth doesn't matter. You have to like jazz it up for people to be able to accept the truth and embrace it instead of just take the easy thing.
That's what I tell you all the time about our YouTube thumbnails. and like the titles and stuff. I'm like, you gotta jazz it up.
It's a thin line. It's a slippery slope between jazz and clickbait.
Well, yeah.
An arrow here and there. I did an arrow today. Felt weird about it, but I did it. I asked Brian to do it.
You didn't feel weird about it.
I don't like arrows. But only like there's nothing wrong inherently with arrows, but it's been so that's what people think of when they think of clickbait. Even if the arrow is helping in the graphic design and helping in the thumbnail. I don't know. It's just the weird YouTube thing. But Lindsay Brown has the next super chat. Continuing on with our Palpatine talk. Thank you, Lindsay. Missed the stream yesterday. God with a G-A-W-D. God, Palpatine sucks. I'm glad his granddaughter kills him with his own lightning to the face.
That makes it sound like a wacky soap opera.
It is. Star Wars is a wacky soap opera.
You're right, it is.
The Luke, I'm your father, and also Leia is your sister, and I build C-3PO. That Robot Chicken sketch is so correct.
It's spot on.
But Palpatine does suck. Ice, thank you for another super chat. But damn, the way he threw Rampart under the bus like that was dope and so satisfying. Such an incredible scene, and it was a great inclusion. Yeah, we love Rampart. Just like Dooku, learning what it's like to trust Palpatine and find out.
F around and find out.
Uh-huh. That'd be a good tweet. Maybe I'll do that later. Of Rampart's face and Dooku's face when they're like, wait, hold on now.
Yeah, they found out.
Luis Moss has the next one. Thank you, Luis. Oh, I just mentioned him. Who makes your visuals? Always so crisp. Thank you. Our thumbnails, most of our graphic design, the layout for this stream is done by the great Brian Ward. There should be a link in the description to his work and his Twitter. He is awesome, and he is for hire if you ever need graphic work.
He has a TeePublic.
Yeah, that too. Oh, yeah, he has great Star Wars tees.
Currently, I think there was a sale recently. It might still be going on, but check out his TeePublic because he's got an awesome pod racing shirt, a Dex's Diner shirt. He's got a cool Kenner Obi-Wan shirt, like tons of great stuff.
Yeah. Brian makes so many fun thumbnails, and he just does fun Star Wars photoshops too. Follow him on Twitter. He's great. For any like motion graphics, we use our friend I called him Broomstick.
Broomstick.
His name is Jordan.
Broomstick if he's going fast.
He does have a... You just cracking yourself up the past couple days. His name is Jordan. His name is Boomstick on Twitter. I think Boomstick TV is his Twitter handle. But he is part of a YouTube channel about Warhammer 40,000 called Slam Sector. But yeah, he does all of our motion graphics. People, every time we do a gaming stream and we have the countdown with the Death Star, everyone's like, where did you get this? Boomstick made that. He makes wonderful stuff. Broomstick. We got to tell him.
Oh my God.
I'm going to tell him you said that. He'll probably like it a lot. But Ice, thank you for the next super chat. I have mixed feelings about Echo leaving the batch, even if it's temporary. Even with his talk with Omega, it kind of felt very sudden, at least for me.
A lot of people said the same thing, that it felt sudden. I can see that, but don't freak out. Like, I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure he's gonna be fine. You know. The chat love that.
There are a couple lamaus and laughter for Broomstick. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Also, Chase is finally here.
Oh. Finally.
I'm so late, but hello to Chaotic Cavity and her Chaotic King.
Hello. I gotta figure out my outfit for that. Is she gonna be at Celebration? Who knows?
But am I the only one that didn't think Echo leaving was, I mean, I was kind of surprised, but not. Like, they've been building to that for a season and a half. He's been talking about wanting to do more this whole time, and the second he has a chance to do it.
Very briefly, though. Like, just really small bits here and there.
How?
I don't know.
I disagree.
I think, well, for a lot of people, it felt sudden, but...
Oh, no, I get it. I felt like they built to it very well, because every time they'd go on a mission and Echo would be like, we should be doing more. Like, he literally said those words. We
are, like, literally breaking down every, like, conversation and episode and
true.
Studying it very closely. I think for the casual viewer, it might have felt a little more sudden.
I thought it felt natural.
I think everything's gonna be fine. And
oh yeah, that's the real truth is that he'll be gone for a few episodes and he's gonna come right back. Like,
or we'll see an episode of him and Rex and
yeah, fingers crossed on that.
The shenanigans that they'll get up to.
But this is Sabine all over it, because I remember being like, oh, is Sabine leaving Star Wars Rebels? Like, she's not part of the main cast anymore? And then 3 episodes later, they're like, Sabine, we need your help.
Hey, Sabine.
And she's like, I'll come back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not worried about that at all.
No, Siri, I don't want you.
Darth Nicholas, thank you for another super chat. Do you think the Ahsoka series will recreate certain scenes from the animated series in live action via flashbacks for those who haven't watched them, myself not included? We finally did it.
No.
That's the Q&A question of the week that we hit in a chat.
Is it?
Someone asked, and we talk about it, how are they going to summarize the events of Star Wars Rebels for the Ahsoka series? Because, you know, most people haven't seen the animated stuff, so there's going to have to be a way for them to fill people in.
I mean, I will say, if they can do it with the characters that they've already cast without adding anyone new, then yes. But they're not going to do anything crazy. Does that make sense? Like, they're not going to cast people to play live action characters that aren't already in Ahsoka just to summarize what happened in Rebels. Because from what we've seen so far of live action Ahsoka, they haven't needed to really explain much.
Yeah, that's something that we bring up in the Q&A, is that people who just watch live action stuff don't know that Ahsoka is Anakin's Padawan yet. They just know she's a Jedi who knows Anakin. She, like, tells Luke, oh, you're just like your father. But they're going to tell the audience enough to understand the story, but probably also just enough to make them curious to go watch Rebels.
Yeah.
But we do know that they recreated that one scene with Sabine and the mural and Ahsoka. So
and Star Wars,
they might do more.
StarWars.com does a great job at, like, anytime they introduce a new character like that, or a character that has a lot of backstory, they're like, hey, if you liked that, go check this and this and this and this out. So, I don't know, the people that are curious enough to do a tiny bit of Googling can figure it out. And I think that's all that we need to do.
Yeah. I'm not expecting them to do a ton of stuff. They're going to, like I said, they're going to do just enough to make it not too repetitive for people who have seen Rebels, but intriguing enough that they might get some people to be like, I'm going to check out this Rebels show.
Yeah. Just the tip.
You got to stop. Scotty
I'm getting
here.
hangry.
I said you could go cook.
I know. I'm going to go at 8.
Scotty here has the next super chat. Thank you, Scotty. Does Tribes casually imply the Trandoshans were trying to completely culturally genocide the Wookiees? Burning the carved stones seemed impractical and done simply to erase Wookiee identity. Yes, correct.
Yeah. I mean, that, and also they're just being super jerks. They really hate the Wookiees, so anything they can destroy.
I don't think that's an and also situation. It's a because they are jerks.
Yeah.
There.
But yeah, it's like if you are trying to destroy a town, you would like spray over graffiti with your own graffiti, something like that. Like they're just like wanting to destroy everything.
Yep. Trandoshans are just they're I almost called them hate Wookiees, but I mean I guess that's kind of right. Like they're the anti-Wookiee. The Wookiees are very in tune with nature and the world around them, and the Trandoshans want to hunt and dominate everything, and they live in the same system, and they've always been at odds, and they hate the Wookiees, and they want to destroy their culture as well. They want to wipe Wookiees off the face of the planet, and this kind of ties into something we touch on in the Q&A too, but I'm wondering if the Empire hired them to capture and enslave Wookiees, and so maybe, they can't kill them, but they can wipe out their culture and take away who they are. So they're gonna.
Which continues to shock me that we have any Trandoshan characters leaning towards good. So like Sid, for instance, how am I supposed to trust her? Who else is a good Trandoshan? I know there are like Trandoshan Jedi in the High Republic, like Skier. But like, who are some other good Trandoshan characters in Star Wars?
There's a hollow cameraman in the Aftermath trilogy. There are good Trandoshans, but
yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But like, just there hasn't been a lot in Star Wars content to make us.
Oh yeah, RB
that.
mentions the pilot from Squadrons. That was a good one. But yeah, for the most part, they're very much just like, we hate Wookiees.
Yeah.
They've mostly fill out an archetype, but then I think some Star Wars creators want to be like, but it's not just a completely evil species.
Right.
Psychopather has the next super chat. Thank you. Hey guys, in Rebels, there are a few stormtroopers voiced by D. Bradley Baker that are presumably clones. Do you think this means not all clones were phased out? Yes. We know from books and comics as well that some clones are still in service after A New Hope. So a few have hung on, apparently, but we don't know all the details yet.
The Empire is all about efficiency. If there are clones under their service that are happy with what they're doing, they're going to probably let them stay if they're doing a good job.
Yeah. And we've been talking about the clone commandos, and they're currently training the TK troopers, so maybe the clone commandos get to stick around. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we don't know what the rest of the clone story is going to be.
Right.
Are they all going to be phased out? Chuchi might. I don't have a lot of hope for what Chuchi is.
Chuchi's going to come through.
Chuchi's going to save the day. I don't know. But Ryan K has the next super chat. Thank you, Ryan. Where's all the non-droid pet/companion representation in Star Wars? I'd love to see Ahsoka with an alien hound like my buddy Banjo, currently snoozing happily on the couch, or Rex with a fluffy cat.
Oh, well, we have, oh shoot, I forgot the darn name of it. The Charhound.
Yeah, Ember the Charhound.
Ember, yeah. That's in High Republic.
That's a good one. The Bogling from Fallen Order. The stowaway creature
That doesn't count as
Why?
a pet.
Why? What? Why not?
Is it named?
That's
It's
fair.
just a stowaway. It's like the porgs and the falcon.
True, I guess. Well, Sam Maggs has said this online, so I think it's okay to say that the boggling stowaway is in Battle Scars as well.
Oh,
So-
okay. Which you have read, and so you're probably way ahead of us. Okay.
So I think they have kind of a
okay.
pet relationship with it.
We have that to look forward to.
You're right, though. They do treat a lot of droids as B2 Emo and BD1 are both like dogs,
There's
and
that-
BB8's kind of like a cat.
That little, I forget what it is, the little guy in Bad Batch Season 1 that belonged to the,
Oh yeah, that
Deveronian.
lizard thing.
yeah.
There's a large like a giant dog in Out of the Shadows. There's a lot of pets in the High Republic. Now that I think about it, there's a giant cat kind of thing also in Out of the Shadows, I think, that has like electrical powers.
Much easier to write about than animate, I assume.
Yeah. The Rancor Patissa is a bit of a pet to Malakili,
Yeah.
or was.
And now Boba Fett has a pet Rancor.
True.
They're very close.
Willie the dog just brought that up too. I was gonna see if there were any good examples, but I know you gotta go cook. So Ice has the next two. Thank you, Ice. I'm not sure how his absence will impact the batch, especially Omega. Still, I see potential. We could get an episode starring our reunited 501st bros. I'm kind of bummed about that because Echo is one of my favorites, so I'm going to miss having him around. We'll just see how it feels without him. Hopefully he returns in spectacular fashion. Yeah, basically. I don't think he's going to be gone long.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And I think it makes sense. I think someone in the batch needs to be like, hey, we should be doing... I mean, he's been saying we should be doing more, and maybe his absence will encourage them to start doing more.
Right.
They all might miss him.
I'm sure they all do.
Andrew Rash, thank you for your super chat and question. With the revelation of the clone assassin, do you think Commander Cody may have been taken and brainwashed, and him going AWOL was a cover for Rampart?
No, don't say that. I don't want that to happen.
Me neither.
It
that
sounded
clone,
like
that
he-
clone did. Nah, the clone didn't have any scars though, so we're okay.
No, I think he went AWOL. We'll see what he's up to at some point. Hopefully.
I still, a lot of people have been saying the Rampart thing, that he may have been lying to Crosshair, and I'm just, nothing about his delivery said lie to me. It felt like the natural progression of the story. So I think Cody genuinely went AWOL. I think if he had been killed or taken somewhere else or locked up, I think Rampart would have told Crosshair.
Oh, yeah. And slightly bragged about it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And Andrew just sent that question in a second time. Thank you, Andrew. But
Oh, the same question?
yeah, sorry we didn't get to that a little bit faster. But no, I think that Cody's AWOL, and I hope we see him again. Maybe I'm just in denial, and I want to see Cody again.
They wouldn't leave his story at the point that they did.
I definitely don't think they'd give him an off-screen death, like some people have been wondering.
Yeah.
Having him be worked into these clone assassins or whatever, that makes more sense to me, because you can still have hope saving him. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he died off screen. So maybe he was brainwashed, but I think / hope he really went AWOL and is free.
Yeah.
And our last super chat here is from Will. Thank you, Will. Says, Nubs fan for life.
Yay!
Everyone's
Nubs.
loving on Nubs today.
I don't know, I think it was just Matt Martin's excitement for that character that got me excited for it, but he is adorable.
Yeah,
So.
Great design. We were talking about it earlier, but Young Jedi Adventures is a project I keep forgetting about because it's not targeted at me. But seeing those images today, I was like, okay, this looks pretty dang cute. And I don't think it's going to become one of my favorite Star Wars things of all time, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. And Scotty Heron sent one more in. Thank you, Scotty. And Chase too. Oh my gosh. Everyone's trying to keep you from eating.
What's new? It's okay. I'm on a diet, so that's probably for the best.
Scotty says, could the mysterious clone be an adaptation of the plot point from the Republic Commando novels where Palpatine cloned some troopers in secret on Coruscant?
Ooh.
Maybe. I like that a lot of people have a lot of different theories about this. And
have read the Clone Commando.
Oh, yeah.
Republic Commando books.
Well, they brought in Scorch, so I don't think that's out of the question. But yeah, I think it's really interesting what they're doing, because that was the last thing I expected to see when they opened that helmet, was just a clone trooper.
Yeah. Is our stream that far behind?
No, it just does that.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you about it later.
All right, I'm going to go cook.
Well, at least hear Chase.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Chase. If Nubs was brought to live action, would we get our first blue Ewok? Because I have a mighty need. Is Nubs an Ewok? Have we had that confirmed? I don't think... I just thought he was a bear-like species, but he is so close to an Ewok that...
Bear-like species.
I mean, that's what the Ewoks are.
Let me find a picture of him. I mean, he is super cute.
I guess I was expecting him to be a new species, because I feel like it would be...
I think his ears are too big.
Wouldn't it be kind of weird if, like, the Jedi showed up to Endor to be like, we found this Force-sensitive Ewok, and we're just gonna... I don't know. The Ewok villages seem like they've never seen a human before.
Yeah.
So, or an outsider.
I think something Ewok-like is probable, but okay, he's blue.
Oh, he's a Pooba.
Oh, we know
his species.
Okay.
According to Wikipedia. Let's see here.
He's blue. His ears are big. He has blue eyes, which Ewoks have really creepy-looking eyes.
He is called a... Oh, is that after Pooh Bear? Pooba?
Pooba? Oh.
That feels like it was...
Cute.
I feel like his species is a Tuckerization of Pooh Bear. But there we go.
Cute. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to be strangely excited for this.
I'm looking forward to it. Like, the more we see of it, the more I'm like, yes, I would like to see this. I would like to see the Pooba.
I would like to see all the baby characters. All right, I'm going to go cook dinner.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Alex, you're on your own. Bye-bye.
I'll be down to help in a second. Maybe. We'll see. Shaq Fu has the next super chat. Thank you, Shaq Fu. In universe, why is Savvi's workshop giving out lightsabers to a bunch of random people? They kind of explain it. It's because they want to sell... Okay, in universe. No, I won't go into the merchandising of it all. Basically, it's because we're in the middle of everything with the First Order, and they want to help inspire hope across the galaxy, even through normal people. And they make it kind of clear that, like, we are not Force sensitive. We're not necessarily Jedi. And they've made some device that helps us, like, attune our crystals to the lightsaber the way that we wouldn't be able to normally. But that's basically it. They're not giving them out. You have to pay like $250 for them. And Power Rangers Explained has the last super chat here. Thank you. Just says, Tora had Buggles. To go back to our pet conversation. Yes, that is correct as well. I forgot about Tora and her... I can't remember that creature's name, the species name. But yes, Buggles was her little dog-like pet thing. Willy the dog. So it must be awkward when they pull a red saber. They do kind of judge you if you pick a red kyber crystal. They say something like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna have to keep our eyes on you," but obviously they want you to have whatever lightsaber you want. But Okay. That's gonna bring. Oh my God, Ryan K. Thank you for another super chat. I have a huge blind spot when it comes to the High Republic years. Willing to check out any form of media. Where to start? Easy. Read Light of the Jedi. This is the very first High Republic story. It's by Charles Soule. It's awesome. It is one of my favorite Star Wars books. It's the introduction to the entire publishing initiative. So read that, see if you like it. If you don't, then you can stop. If you do, you can decide how much you liked it, and you could jump right into The Rising Storm, or you could read the young adult novel Into the Dark. The comics are also really good. I keep up with it all, and I like 85% of it a lot. Some of the stuff I've felt has been skippable, like the Tempest Runner audio drama didn't really do much for me. Some of the comics are just like, is that true though? I really liked both of Cavan Scott's main runs of the comics have been great. I really liked Daniel Jose Older's High Republic Adventures. That was like the best young reader comic I've ever read. Trail of Shadows was amazing. So never mind on that. I really liked all the comics. Right now I'm just waiting on some of the other comic issues to come out, but like the Phase 2 comic The Blade is really good, and the current run of the High Republic is really good. So yeah, start with Light of the Jedi, see how you feel about the era, and then go from there. But now I'm gonna go help Mollie cook, because this has been our longest LEGO stream in a long time. But Mollie has another show to get to at 9, and so that's why she had to leave to go cook, and I'm starving, so I'm gonna go eat too. But thank you all so much for hanging out with us and watching us build for a while, and then we just got to chat. That was fun. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I think our next stream is gonna be on Tuesday. Take a break over the weekend, and on Tuesday I'll be back playing Fallen Order. Wednesday we will have our Bad Batch after show, and then Thursday we'll be doing this again. So yeah, thank you everyone. Have a great night, and may the Force be with you.